Today's video isn't just about woodworking or a simple project. It's about the numbers. See, when it comes time for me to want to try to build something that I'd like to turn for a profit, I don't guess what to build. I look at the market research. If you take a second to headhunt trending items on e-commerce platforms like Etsy, then you'll find out for yourself that the search term personalized wood decor consistently carries a much higher search volume as well as a much higher perceived value to the customer than that of your standard build. In today's video, we're going to use the Wizmaker Wand Mini 2.5 to bridge that gap between your standard build and a personalized item that somebody actually can build a connection to, making it more profitable for you and putting more money back in your pocket. All right, so for total transparency, Wizmaker did reach out to me and ask me if I would be willing to do a review on their new Wand Mini 2.5. With that being said, I'm not obligated to tell you that you should run right out and buy this thing, and I'm not gonna sit here and make this thing sound like it's better than what it really is. We'll get the box cut open, go through the contents, briefly touch over specs, and then get it set up over on the bench and see if we can't help it kick back more ROI on our simple DIY mail organizer that literally anybody can build in 10 minutes inside their garage. Right out of the box, user manuals for the Wand Mini and a laser gerbil operation guide. We have the laser module, power adapter, safety glasses, belt, USB cable, and the wrench. And then we have the unit itself. So let's talk about some of the key specs from Wizmaker's Wand Mini 2.5 watt diode laser. The frame's built out of high-grade aluminum alloy, which means that it's going to be rigid and durable enough to withstand everyday use inside of a woodworking environment. The machine itself also offers tilt protection and flame detection, giving me peace of mind to know that as soon as I hit burn on my laser software, if there's any kind of issue at all, the machine is automatically going to notify me of that, and I can go over and address the situation. The spot size of the laser is 0.04 millimeters. That isn't just hobby level, that's precision. And when you're trying to charge upwards of $60 for an item, then the engraving needs to look like it came from a factory instead of off of a desktop laser. The footprint of this machine is 155 millimeters by 135 millimeters. That's roughly 6 1/8 by 5 5/16. As far as connectivity goes, you have the USB port to go directly from your computer to the machine, and you also have connectivity options via its built-in hotspot that you can use on the go, or instead of dragging around a 50-foot USB cable with you. When it comes to this machine, one of the biggest selling points for me is the fact that it's very mobile. If you go to craft fairs, you can take this with you, and while other people are selling bigger projects, you can offer on-site customization and give customers walking by something that the other guys can't, that only showed up with stock inventory. And that's going to be a huge seller right there. This connects to Laser Gerbil and LightBurn, as well as the mobile app Burn Labs. When it comes to setup, all we're going to do is loosen the set screw, connect the laser module, slide it down in there and lock it. And that's literally all there is to setting it up. So with the laser out of the box, set up and specs covered, all that we really have left to do is engrave the front plate to the mail organizer. However, there's a catch. If you've been paying attention to the actual dimensions of the machine itself and followed the build video to the mail organizer, then you know that our front plate is actually longer than the footprint of this machine. So what are we gonna do and what's the workaround? Let's jump into the laptop really quick and we'll go over a quick and simple little hack that will help you break down any design file that you have and get you up and running, even if the material you're working with is bigger than that of the machine. So here we are inside of LightBurn. And I'm going to go into my art library and grab the file that I made earlier. Now, you can tell that this file far exceeds the perimeter of the Wand Mini. But the workaround for that is to get a hold of the file, ungroup everything, select the sections that you're not ready for, group those and pull them off the laser bed. Then, just to make sure that both sections of this file are together, we can select what we want to burn, group that together, and in our case with the Wand Mini, we're going to flip it to 90 degrees, reposition it to the center, and now we know, because on our laser we're going to use absolute coordinates, our project is set directly to the center of our laser. So when we're done with this section, we can take the next one and stick it on the laser bed and align it exactly where we want it. That way, it doesn't matter if our material is longer, we can still use our graphic on a bigger piece of material and know that everything is going to work out the way that we want it to. So now that we have everything set up on the laptop and the laser's ready to go, the only thing left I have to do is hit start inside of LightBurn. I'll leave you with some up-close shots of the Wizmaker running through the entire engrave process, and then I'll meet you back at the table saw so that we can talk about the laser itself as well as potential profit margins we might be able to see offering people customized products. So there it is, fully finished and engraved, completely assembled. And if you're a small maker inside of your garage looking for something that's going to give you a competitive edge against your competition and hoping to sell more products, I try to leave you with enough information throughout the video to show you that the potential for profit earnings is there as well. My final thoughts on the Wand Mini: I think it's a great machine to have, especially if you're new to diode lasers and just looking to get into them, because at under $100, it essentially removes the barrier to entry. Not to mention, it has a fine spot size that'll give you those detailed engravings. It's compact and mobile hotspot direct connection, allowing you to take it anywhere you want to go. I'm going to get the organizer listed on Etsy, and I'm going to list it for $59.95. I modeled this specific organizer after another one I had seen that was selling very well, and at $59.95, if we can sell 5 of these units, after we account for seller's fees, material, and the shipping cost by offering free shipping, by the time we get into the 5th sale, the machine would have paid for itself. So I'm going to leave you with that. And if you got any kind of value out of this video, I'd appreciate it if you could hit that like button and let the algorithm know that somebody was here watching. See you in the next one.
Did we get it?
Yeah.